what you're going to find is that super educated people make horrible entrepreneurs. Okay. So,
Mm,
because learning is a cycle, it's a pattern, it's a habit, and you become addicted to learning. It's like the people who go into a bookstore and they buy the books, but they never read the books, or
mm,
someone who's taken another class and another course and another course and another course. It's learning is just a lifestyle. And once you get good at learning, good at testing, good at retaining information, you become almost like an attention or an information whore.
You got challenges that you're going to run across.
All right, so welcome to another episode of the Elite Psyche, the Mental Toughness Show. We're not doing the POD anymore. We're with the big show. And what we do here is interview people who had success in life, and we know that those people have gone through some challenges, and they have to be mentally tough and have this particular elite psyche to get through some of the challenges, because most folks quit. They just drop off and quit. So that's what we do. Now, we do interview a lot of other people too, because lately we've been doing a little dating stuff and talking about that and all that. But mainly it's we talk about the mental toughness part and some of the challenges you go through to win. And my co-host, my guest and co-host, so I will be interviewing her tonight, and also we'll be talking about a couple of topics after we do the little interview. So she's the guest and the co-host tonight, Miss Natasha Cozart. I call her the Wizard of Cozart.
Listen.
And, but wait a minute,
there you go.
Who told you to wear black tonight? I'm the only guy that wears black.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Great minds think alike.
Okay, there you go.
That.
There you go. So, Ms. Cozart, tell everybody what you're doing now, and if you want to talk about where you're from, or just kind of give us a little.
Well, no, thank you so much for having me, Mr. Fleming. I've been a big admirer of you. You've mentored me over the years, and it's just been an honor to grow and learn from the system and the elite psyche that you've even shared over the years. But yeah, I'm doing what as a result of actually a lot of the things that I've learned from those mental toughness sessions, those morning mindset sessions. And that's literally just finding and drilling into who I am and what my purpose is. And what I'm finding is that there's a balance for me between corporate business marketing and then creative arts and entrepreneurship. And so I've really just been balancing the two of those. And this has just been a great season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Now, that was great.
Okay.
Very corporate type conversation.
Uh-huh.
Now, tell us what you really do.
What I really do. Okay.
Yeah, because you told me a lot about, at one point, this was last year sometime, you were doing a lot of stuff dealing with, was it SEO? You weren't doing SEO though.
So let's just start from the beginning. Okay.
All right. Okay.
No, literally. So what I was in a marriage for 11 years. And during that time, I was able to earn 2 master's degrees while managing an abusive marriage, in addition to having 6 children.
Nobody believes that.
Yes, I got 6, baby. A whole starting lineup plus the sub. Okay. And so during that time frame, I realized something about me is that I had spent a lot of time that I'd wasted in insecurity, in procrastination, in laziness. And I accomplished more while I was having babies, in graduate school, earning degrees, managing a household. I started a business. I was able to do so much more during that time than I had felt like I had done in the previous 20 or 30 years of my life. And so as a result of that, the marriage, of course, was 11 years. And there was a time when I had to decide for myself to put me first and not allow anyone to put me under their foot, under their thumb, to control me. And I couldn't articulate those things at the time. I just knew I can't take this anymore. And so the moment I was able to fight back and fight for myself, I was able to not only establish my own business, which one of my businesses is marketing, but I was able to really not only do that, but to be able to manage my 6 kids, keep them in private school if I wanted to have them there. I was able to earn more money for my clients than I have ever done before. Even during COVID, in about 10 months, I really was almost broke. Probably $925,000 that I earned for another client. And that's just off of marketing, off of sales, off of my career abilities. And so just seeing that, but knowing that being able to do it for other people is one thing, but what can I do for myself? And what I've learned is that I've spent a lot of years hiding behind other people, hiding behind their gifts, and say, okay, I'll be your helper. I'll be your cheerleader. I'll be your team member. I'll come along and support you. But whenever that table was turned and I had to look at my own self, look at my own greatness, and honor and acknowledge who I am, that's probably been my biggest struggle. So probably the past 2 or 3 years, that's been my fight. Not fighting with a client, not fighting with a customer, not fighting with a spouse. There's no one else to blame. It's just me. Um, yeah.
Some good stuff. So nobody believes that though. So you're gonna have to send me a picture of your 6 kids. So
yes,
when we edit this, we're gonna put that.
Listen, and I got the stretch marks to prove it. But if you can, let me
wait a minute.
You don't want to see these hips. You know what I'm saying?
That's TMI. Okay,
you know, the ladies on here understand. They know.
Okay.
We've been through. We got the war wounds.
So, master's degree. So, are you actually using that when you started a business? Because I have a friend of mine. Actually, he was a guest host, also Mark, and he said that he didn't have a degree, but he was good with his technical skills. I don't know.
Well, I was doing that. I didn't have a degree. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working for companies. I could not work for companies because I didn't have a degree. But I learned that if I owned my own company, I could work for them as a contractor and charge them 3 times more. Hope somebody gets that.
Wow.
I literally could not work for many of the companies that I contracted with because I didn't have a degree. Okay. And so with that said, I learned very, very quickly about the power of having a business.
By you starting a business, are you still using the master's degree? Or I'm sure that's a part of the title when you put out your business. But I mean,
Listen,
did you work corporate America with the master's degree and then? Yeah, tell me a little bit about that. I don't know if you.
So what you're going to find is that super educated people make horrible entrepreneurs. Okay. So because learning is a cycle, it's a pattern, it's a habit, and you become addicted to learning. It's like the people who go into a bookstore and they buy the books, but they never read the books, or someone who's taken another class and another course and another course and another course. It's learning is just a lifestyle. And once you get good at learning, good at testing, good at retaining information, you become almost like an attention or an information whore in a lot of ways, where people are just gaining, but they make horrible entrepreneurs because when you're learning and you're in a learning environment, someone's telling you, someone's teaching you, or you're having to react to the situation or the environment that's at hand. Entrepreneurship is a completely different boat. It requires you to be self-led, self-motivated. It requires you to do something out of nothing. And it requires you to put paint where it ain't. And education doesn't always give you that, or being in courses and classes doesn't always give you that freedom or liberty because you're following a curriculum. And so one of the biggest struggles for me, and I will say probably the first 5 to 7 years of my business, was me almost quitting. Every 3 or 4 months, I was done. I was like, I don't want to do this. I can't do this, because I was waiting on my Mr. Right. I was waiting on my Prince Charming to come sweep me off my feet and ride me off in a white horse, take care of my kids, take care of the bills. And all I got to do is sit around somewhere and be cute. You know what I'm saying? Slip on my little, some Holy Ghost mimosas, some virgin mimosas. Go to church on Sunday, do my wifely duties. And that was not my testimony. So I had to fight against that. And when I tell you I quit almost every quarter, I quit. I was like, I can't do this. This is just not me. And I would offload my clients. I would get a project done and I'm like, I'm done. I'm never doing anything else. I shouldn't have to do this. And then, the bills time, it comes time for the bills to be paid. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll go back in, or I guess, someone would refer me, and then I get sucked into it. And that's literally the cycle. Education does not prepare you for entrepreneurship all the time.
Yeah, my niece graduated and she went and got her master's. Where was she? She was in Jersey at Rutgers, and then she was getting ready to go get another. And my uncle said, "Wait a minute, wait. You can't be a professional student. You got to get out here and start getting into the money and start doing some things." Because, like you said, you get into the learning thing, and you just want to get another one and another one. So typically, I talk about the inbox thinkers, the status quo, which is the go to school, get a good education, go get a good job, get a master's degree or PhD. And then if you want to make part-time money, FedEx or UPS, got to be the big companies, Delta. And then, anything outside of that is outside the box. And so when you start doing things like that, the inside the box thinkers attack you. Oh, you doing something you shouldn't be. So I'm sure with all the degrees you had to be attacked by all the inbox thinkers saying, why are you doing that?
Yeah, but Mr. Fleming, it wasn't just the inbox thinkers, because I can handle them. It's the inner, it's my inner dialogue that was more sabotaging. It was me sabotaging myself.
Look at you.
Let's talk about
something, because that's the biggest enemy. The enemy is the inner me.
That's correct.
The biggest enemy, and that enemy on the inside is talking to you like this all the time. What are you trying to do? I know you ain't trying to do business, are you? What?
Yeah.
You're trying to do business? We don't do business. We go get good jobs. I know you can, and I don't knock a good job. I don't knock a job, period. I think if a person wants to get a job and it works for them, that's great. But some people it just doesn't work for. Some people just will grab a lawnmower and cut grass before they go back to doing something that they really don't feel comfortable doing. So tell us how you worked on that enemy, besides getting on the morning calls that I had every morning and the mindset training. Besides all of that, what else did you do to work on that enemy?
I had to fail.
Ooh.
I had to fail a lot of times. I had a lot of bad conversations with clients that were unhappy with.
Wait a minute. Val, let's hear some bruh. She over there. She. I'm gonna have to get my own voice over here the next time. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I had to fail. And being a professional learner, getting caught in that learning loop, I was used to making A's and mastering content, mastering materials. But when you actually begin to apply it and live it, it's something completely different. And so I was afraid of failure. And that fear of failure paralyzed me and caused me to procrastinate and to not follow through on a lot of the dreams and thoughts and ideas that I've had. And so what would happen is I would put something out, or I would make an attempt at a project. And when it didn't go as planned, or when I didn't get the immediate result that I wanted, or the response that I thought was warranted, then I would basically be willing to go in the hole for a project and not turn a profit just because of fear, and allow things to flop. I would take on projects with clients and without acknowledging my true limitations, and have those conversations where, you know what, you did not deliver, this was not on time. I'm not happy with this. I'm not pleased with that. And thinking, but this is, and feeling like it's personal, and wondering, okay, am I really meant to do this? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? See, I wasn't supposed to be doing this anyway. I hate this. And then I would quit. Yeah. And having those moments of conflict, where I don't see where I didn't see my, what do you call them?
Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.